Today we're in the beautiful grizzly bear backcountry of North Idaho, and we're checking out some lakes that I've wanted to see for years now, the Roman Nose Lakes. It's one of the last warmish days of fall, and I did not want it to go to waste. So join me on this solo overnight backpacking trip. Thanks for coming along. I have made it to the second Roman Nose Lake. The first one was at the trailhead, which we'll check that out tomorrow. And here is the second one. All right, Roman Nose Lake number 2 is right now behind me, and I'm gonna go hike right now and find the third lake. It's about another mile up the trail, so we'll go and continue hiking. All right, here is the third lake. I've came across 2 campsites while I was hiking today that have their pros and cons, but I like them. So I'm gonna walk back now and pick which site I'm gonna sleep at tonight. All right, at the first potential site here, as you can see, people have obviously camped here before, and it is right next to the lake. As you can see, it's just over there. So you can see right here, there's a water source, and if you go down and look in the mud, there are a variety of different tracks. And the ones that stand out the most to me are right here. Those are looking like coyote tracks, and not just dog tracks, because on these tracks, if you look closely, you can actually see the claws on them. That's not something someone's dog would normally have on them. This is a popular destination for animals to come and get water from, and the camp is right there. And I've learned this through experience. There's a video on this channel where I camp right next to a lake at night and woke up in the middle of the night to 2 moose walking around my campsite. Especially since I'm out here alone, I really don't want to deal with an animal encounter at 2 in the morning. So that's the one thing I really don't like about this site. So the other site that I saw is down by that rock bed I walked on earlier. And the biggest cons to that is, since it's open, it'll be a little bit more windier there at night. But that's okay, because my shelter does great in the wind. Actually, I haven't tested it yet, but in theory, it would do great in the wind. And I don't have to worry about any hazard trees falling on me because it is nice and open. And it just sounds like a better option. So it's about a half-mile hike from here. I'm gonna go hike to it and set up camp for the night. All right, here is the site that I'm thinking for tonight. As you can see, there's a nice flat spot right there. I can put my shelter. There's a bunch of unchopped firewood that I can use here. And then someone has obviously camped here before, because there is a little fire ring right there. And then just over there, there's an amazing view. And as you can see, there's no hazard trees. There are trees, but none that I would be worried about falling on me. And that one, as you can see, is plenty far away. So I do like this site. And then also a big bonus from here, since there's a good overlook over there, I do have 1 bar of LTE cell service, which is awesome. Here is my sleeping arrangement. As you can see, it's kind of unique. It's made by a company called Sylaeto, and it was titled as a bivy sack. But really, it's kind of like a small one-person tent, which is perfect for me because I don't need a big tent. Actually, the smaller it is, the more body heat it's going to conserve. So that'll keep the body heat around me, allowing me to be warmer at night. I thought I was going to end up tying it off to the rock, but really I just had to wrap the paracord around the rock, and then I can slide it and adjust how tight I want it to be. And as you can see, it is fairly tight, and under there are vents so that I don't suffocate in there. And then there is a tie off on the other side as well. So this is actually fairly stable. It's not really going anywhere. On the inside, I have my thermal rest sleeping pad, and then my sleeping bag with a little blanket inside of it to help me sleep as warm as possible. And there actually is quite a lot of headroom in there. Quite a lot compared to when I slept in my truck on the Bugging Out to Idaho series that I did. But as you can see, that is my shelter for tonight. Nice and simple, and I'm confident that this will work great. So the sun is just about to go behind the mountain, so that means it's time to go back down to the lake that's down there, refill up on some water, make dinner, have a fire, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Alright, back at camp now, and the plan is to go over there to the view spot to eat my dinner, and then after dinner come back and start a fire. I've gone ahead and gathered all the wood that I need and prepped it so that when I come back after dinner, all I have to do is light the match in order to start the fire. Here's where we're having dinner. As you can see, the view is amazing. The dinner menu tonight: grilled chicken with spinach Alfredo pasta, rich creamy Alfredo sauce with spinach, tomatoes, and grilled chicken, 680 calories, 39 grams of protein. And then as a side, I do have some mandarin oranges. So I'm going to make a little review video of this while I eat it. If you want to see more about this meal, definitely go check it out. It's by AlpineAire. Here we go. Alright everyone, I'm now at the point where I'm just going to enjoy this lovely campfire, and when it starts to die I'm going to crawl into my shelter and go to sleep for the night. I will see you in the morning. Good morning. The little sleep I did get last night was good sleep. I never sleep good on my first night being outdoors, so I kind of knew that would happen. But the little sleep I did get was great, and it was nice and warm in the tent. So I'm glad that that little cocoon behind me worked well. As far as the wind, it actually wasn't that windy for the first part of the night, and then around 1 or 2 in the morning, it did start picking up a bit. But I actually did pick a good site. I thought it'd be a little bit more breezy, but it's actually fairly concealed in the wind over here. I don't know why. It's just probably the way that mountains are arranged and the trees are arranged so that this area doesn't get as much wind. But I could hear all the wind blowing all the trees around me at night, and my area was relatively wind-free, which was awesome. There were a couple big wind gusts, but nothing too bad. So at this point, it's just about packing up the bivy sack, making sure the fire is out, having breakfast, which is just a Cliff Bar, and then hiking on out of here. Well, the Sylaeto Bivy sack did work great. I was testing this out because I'm actually thinking this would be a good bivy sack to use for winter camping coming up. So I actually just got this in the mail 2 days ago, and so far I'm pretty happy with it. This pack only weighs about 40 pounds. Packed in super light. It might even be 35 pounds. And the hike is going to be about 3 or 4 miles that direction. So easy hike out, easy day. Man, it is a beautiful morning for a hike. Just look at this amazing view. This is why I do it. There were a couple of cars here yesterday, but they must have been day hikers because I am right now the only one at the trailhead. I have this whole place to myself. So just down here is where that first lake is. We'll go ahead and go down there and check it out. Absolutely gorgeous. Back in the truck now, about to drive out. Another successful trip in the books. If you've watched up to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe, comment, like, do all of those things, and I will for sure make more of these videos. I'll see you on the trails.